Hey guys, it's Katie. I'm here with some of my favorite activity books and picture books. This one was super hard to narrow it down, so I really just scratched the surface, but here's just a few of my favorites. The first one I wanted to show you is this Fairy Palace's Magic Painting book. It comes with a paintbrush. All you need is water. There's a flap in the back that you can put behind the page you're working on so the color doesn't go through. You just dip your paintbrush in the water, you paint it, and the colors appear. So this is great because there's no mess involved. There's just water. You don't have to worry about paint getting everywhere, and they're super fun. Wipe clean books are so great because you can reuse them. So these come with a dry erase marker. This is a first puzzles one. So this is really an earlier aged one. It helps kids learning their fine motor control. There's lots of different things they can do. There's mazes, there's numbers they can fill in. There's finishing drawing the other half of the picture. These are great. You can reuse them. They're great to just have in your car or in your diaper bag. A new wipe clean series that Usborne just came out with is the Usborne Key Skills. So this one is ages 6 to 7 math, and it's all about multiplying. So it's a little more educational, and it really helps as they're learning to like count by twos and then adding in the multiplication equations for that. And this one is counting by threes. And then as it goes, it's starting to add in the number equations that they can actually fill in on their own. What I also love at the back is it has this chart where you can just use this to practice. As a teacher, I would often get my kids to practice writing their numbers, especially with equations, on graph paper because it lines it up really nicely. And especially when they're doing more complicated equations, they need to make sure things are lined up. So this is great practice to help with as they're developing their numbers. So I loved seeing that there was a piece of graph paper in the back. There's different ones in this series based on different levels. So there's, I believe, 2 or 3 different multiplying ones and an addition one. So make sure you check out the Key Skills Wipe Clean series. Another really fun one is this origami. So there's 100 different tear-off sheets in the front. There's 5 different animals, and it shows you the steps on how to fold those animals. And then there's just tons of beautiful pages that you can pick from to tear out and fold your animal. Paper folding is also really great for developing fine motor. The precision when they're folding the pages is great. I had stuff like that in my classroom all the time, and kids loved it. My nephews absolutely love this Paper Dragons one. So this one again has the instructions in the front on different airplanes that you can fold. And then the different pages actually correspond, and they have the lines drawn on there so you know where to fold. And so these ones are just paper airplanes that have dragons on them. There's also just plain paper airplanes, and there's a spaceships one as well. I love the Things to Make and Do series. So this is a recycling one, and what I liked about this is that it was just using everyday things that you have at your house or in your recycling bin to make some cool things. So like this one is making paper gift bags. There's like a notebook covering. There's gift tags. There's tons of different things that your kid can make just with everyday things that you would have at home. So this is a recycling Things to Make and Do. I also have a dinosaur Things to Make and Do, which again just follows a similar pattern. It has different steps, and then it shows you what the finished product will look like. I love this sticker book. It's my first book about nature. So it's kind of like a picture book. Each page has some writing on it. It tells a little bit of a story talking about nature. This is the different seasons, a bit about trees, different animals. And then, so this is a spot where you would then go in the back of the book, find the right sticker that matches the animal, and then stick it on there. So even once the stickers are placed, you can reread this book because there's a bit of a story that goes along with it as well. Another really fun sticker book is this Lots of Things to Spot. This one's at school, and again, it just has different busy scenes with lots of things going on, different questions written with things for you to spot, and then there's the corresponding stickers back here that you can then stick on the book. Again, can be reused as a Things to Spot book once the stickers are on it. Another popular sticker series is the Build Your Own. So this one is robots, and in the front it has different outlines of the different robots, and then in the back there's the individual pieces that you can stick on to actually make your own robot. There's lots in this series as well. Sticker dolly dressing is always a hit with the girls. This one is a home designer one, so the stickers in the back are more of things that you would be like designing your house with, and then the pages in the front, you can finish the picture. But there's lots of other ones in here that have clothes and designing like fashion dresses and things. So if you have a little fashionista, those would be great. A couple other drawing books. This is the Big Doodling book, and this one is great for younger kids. It's got fairly simplistic pages, just with places for them to color and add on things to, and there's tons of pages in this one. Another one that's a little more advanced is the Drawing, Doodling, and Coloring book. So these pages are just a little more intricate. There's a little more detail in them, but great because there's just coloring, doodling, you name it. This would keep them occupied. And then one other activity book that's great for older kids is this Write Your Own Story book. So this kind of helps kids as they're learning about the parts of a story. It goes through in the beginning, different parts of the story. And then there's also different like story prompts on the side. There's different keywords that they can use in their story. And then there's the actual spots on the pages where they can write their own story. So at the end, they have a collection of the stories that they've written. So this is a really fun one for older ones. There's also a comics one that goes through tutorials of how to draw your own comics. So those are, like I said, just a few of my favorite activity books from Usborne.